Hey y'all, this is Choco with another video. We'll be doing myocardial imaging for MyoView and CardioLite studies. Again, this is done many different ways, but I'm going to show you how I do it with my little MyoView over here where I'm working today. Keep it simple, people, just to evaluate how well the blood is perfusing in the heart. For the CardioLite and the MyoView, you can use both 10 millicuries for the resting and then 30 millicuries for the stress. Please note that you can do the stress before the rest, but just make sure that the low dose is used first and then the higher dose is used after. That is literally the only way that you'll be able to see the uptake and the difference in the images. Please also note in some facilities you can do just a stress test if the images come out really well. And that's just for 1 day. For the 2 days, you'll use MyoView or CardioLite from the ranging from like 20 to 30 millicuries on both days. And you normally do that if a patient has a bigger BMI, when they're normally about, I think, over 260 pounds. At this facility, they do it. And at other facilities, it's all up to you and their BMI. Patient prep, make sure that they're NPO for at least 4 to 6 hours prior to the exam. No caffeine, they say here at this facility 24 hours prior to the exam, but it's actually 12 hours technically. And then for medication wise, just make sure they're not on any beta blockers unless the physician wants them to continue to be on their beta blockers prior to the exam. And that's most definitely the inside the protocols in the facility that you'll have to clarify with. So I decided to add some slides to help put everything together. So just rewatch this part and pause it so you can read everything if you don't read it all right now. And just know the information I'm giving you is what I do at this facility. Just always know when I tell you about a dose, that's what I use here, but it's always generalized. And at other places, they do different amounts. So just make sure to read your book. And whatever it says for you to know for your boards is what you need to know. Now, once the camera is ready, you got it in the correct position. Go ahead and put the patient on it. Make sure they're comfortable. Give them a pillow on their knees and a blanket. Make sure they bring both of their arms up. If both arms can't go up, start an IV on the right one and not the left one. And don't judge me as I position this patient. This is just, she's not even a patient. This is just for practice so you can see what the camera looks like as it's taking pictures as it goes to the left. So now we're going to have to set up the camera. I know it's already set up, but you need to learn this stuff so that you are ready to take your boards. So I got me a little fake patient put up here. It's 128 by 128. It does like 16 images and it starts at like a 45-degree angle and it goes to the left. Now when you set it up, it says rest. It's similar to doing the stress portion of it. Just make sure to put your tech info, like your initials, and then put the dose down there where it says dose. And then you go ahead, prepare and press play, and then it starts moving to the left. Now again, she's a fake patient, so it's not going to be as close as it should be. It's just to show you which direction the camera's going to go as it's taking pictures. Once you get done with your rest pictures, this is enough clearance. Let's go on and do your stress test. At this facility, I normally just do either a treadmill or Lexiscan, but you can do adenosine and dobutamine. So just know how to do it, because at some facilities they still do. So you're going to put 10 leads on the blood pressure, and you're going to be checking that throughout it. The CV tech is actually going to be doing this. And then you'll be able to watch everything on the monitor. And it's actually 10 EKG leads being read, but it's just the fact that a few of them actually change the polarity and give you a different perspective. So that's why it's 12 EKGs versus just the 10 that they actually have on their chest. Say we were doing a treadmill, she would just stand up. Instead of getting a Lexiscan, she would do the treadmill instead. But this is what it looked like after when they print it out. To do the Lexiscan injections, you're going to check the IV first with 5 cc's of saline. Then you're going to inject the Lexiscan under 10 seconds. Right after that, you're going to do 5 more cc's of saline flush. And then you have 10 to 20 seconds to get them gamma rays in there right after. And then do a whole 10 cc flush right after that. Now you done made it. It's time for us to do the processing so you can see kind of what it looked like. So this is the Tomo screen where you saw the camera going to the left taking pictures. So basically that round part at the top is the heart. So these are the AC images. These are the images that aren't edited basically, because you can see at the bottom of the circle down there that there's a lot of uptake. It's not like a perfect round circle. I'm able to edit that out in the regular images. You can see in these, they look a little bit better because I was able to edit out a little bit of that. These pictures on the top, you can see it's your stress images, and below it is the rest images, and they're just comparing each one to see if there's any heart defects. So for the SA, it shows you the apex to the base, and then you have your horizontal views, and then you have your vertical views. I'm gonna skip through some of these images, but you can go back and look through them if you like. But you can see the gating, the stress, and the rest compared on this page. To get the gating images, you have to put the leads, like 3 leads on their chest. Sometimes it's 3 times it's 4. And basically that rhythm creates a picture. You're going to compare that picture of their gating to their stress and their rest. For a little review, we want the stress pictures to look better than the rest. If the stress looks better than the rest, that means it may be an infarction. If the rest look better than the stress, then that means that they have a blockage and need to go to the cath lab. So things to look at are the TID, which is transient ischemic dilation of the left ventricle, which is like a marker of high risk of obstructed coronary artery disease that you'll see in a stress test. Last thing you need to look at is the ejection fraction. I was told, and I think I remember, it said 38% or less. It's like life-threatening irregular heartbeats, basically. You can get into a cardiac arrest and even death. But it may be 35%. It changes every year, every time you look. But you're all done now. Y'all did it. You processed your first heart and you did your pictures. Woo woo.